In the far northern reaches of a frozen land, there existed a grand kingdom known as Isoria. The kingdom was surrounded by towering mountains, frozen lakes, and vast snow-covered plains. Ruled by a wise and kind king and queen, Isoria thrived despite the harsh winters. Their only daughter, Princess Frozen, was admired for her beauty and intelligence, and she was beloved by the people. Princess Frozen had grown up accustomed to the challenges of winter, but this year was unlike any other. An unusually harsh cold had gripped the land, making life almost unbearable. Crops had withered, animals were dying, and the people were confined to their homes. This never-ending winter threatened to bring the entire kingdom to a standstill. One day, the royal council gathered to report that the cause of this abnormal cold was the avalanches falling from distant mountains. These avalanches had blocked natural pathways, sending freezing winds through the valleys into the kingdom. The king was deeply concerned, but there seemed to be no solution in sight. Something had to be done, or the kingdom would not survive. Princess Frozen, seeing the dire situation, decided she must act. Despite being a princess, she was known for her courage and determination. She approached her parents and said, "If we are to save our kingdom, I must travel to the mountains and find out how to stop this cold." The king and queen, though initially reluctant, saw the strength in their daughter's resolve and gave her their blessing to embark on the journey. The very next morning, Princess Frozen set out with a small group of her trusted guards. She was bundled in heavy fur cloaks, and in her hand, she carried a map that showed the way to the mountains. Though she knew the journey would be treacherous, her heart was filled with determination. The biting wind stung her face, but she pressed forward, knowing her people were depending on her. Along the way, the princess and her guards faced many challenges. They had to navigate through fierce blizzards, which slowed their progress and forced them to take shelter several times. However, Princess Frozen kept the morale of her group high, reminding them of the importance of their mission. Her strength of character inspired her companions, and they pushed through the storm. After many days of travel, the group finally reached the mountains where the avalanches were occurring. From a distance, they saw huge masses of snow and ice tumbling down the slopes, crashing into the valleys below. It became clear to Princess Frozen that if they could somehow stop these avalanches, the freezing winds would no longer threaten the kingdom. Princess Frozen quickly devised a plan with her guards. Using the nearby trees and rocks, they began to build a barrier to prevent the snow from falling further. The work was grueling, and the cold was relentless, but they worked together tirelessly. After several days of hard labor, they managed to construct a solid wall that could hold back the snow, stopping the avalanches in their tracks. As the avalanches ceased, the freezing winds began to subside, and slowly, the bitter cold in Isoria started to fade. The kingdom had been saved from the endless winter, thanks to Princess Frozen's bravery and quick thinking. With their mission complete, the princess and her guards returned home, where they were met with cheers and celebrations from the people. Princess Frozen's courage and wisdom had not only saved her kingdom but had also earned her the admiration and respect of her people. The king and queen were immensely proud of their daughter, and Isoria returned to its peaceful way of life. From that day forward, Princess Frozen's name was forever etched in the kingdom's history as a symbol of hope and resilience.